Yeah, the latest 8 cost card in Marvel Snap is Monstro, and I like this one a lot. I had a good run with this Monstro Ramp deck today, because not only is he sometimes a 1/8 discounted by 7 if your deck's top card is either Scar or Fin Fang Foom, and a 1/8 is amazing, right? Like that's the biggest one drop, basically bigger than Ebony Maw even. That's kind of nuts. But he's also useful in this deck as a sort of Howard the Duck, which I think I underestimated the implications of that and the kind of upside that reconnaissance value offers, because he sometimes tells you, hey, you've got a 7-drop on the top of your deck, and maybe like Scar is already in hand. So it's like, hey, okay, Fin Fang Foom's at the top of my deck, which means Jubilee is going to pull a Fin Fang Foom because she pulls the top card of your deck. Mole Man's going to give me a 1/7 rock, 2 1/7 rocks even in hand, which is amazing. Or maybe that guarantees my Kraglin is actually going to get ramp instead of plus power, or like vice versa. It's like, oh, I want to play Kraglin here on turn 3 for ramp, but Monstro is telling me it's going to be a 3-drop and I'm going to whiff on my Kraglin, so I want to be careful and save Kraglin for later. So all these cards that reference the top card of your deck actually become really interesting with Monstro. So not just like a really good cheap body in these decks, often a 1/8, a 2/8, even a 3/8 feels pretty okay to play sometimes. But this informational asset as well, I think, goes a really long way for this card. So although I hate the flavor of this month and the Beach Bash stuff, and I hate that Monstro, this awesome, presumably giant octopus, is wearing a headset and DJing for his base card art, it bugs me beyond belief. I just really want like the base Monstro to look awesome. That bothers me. I really like the card a lot, actually, despite that. I think it's a really sick, cool fit in this deck. The other thing I want to do with this card, which I'll save for later in the week, is play him in a Spider-Man Noir deck, where we have him as the only card in play, because if you can get him down for like 2 or 3 before that turn 4 Spider-Man Noir, then you get that active Noir right off the bat. So I'm really excited to try to build a list around that for later this week. But for now, this seemed like the most straightforward and high upside way to play Monstro, and it felt pretty great. I had I think it's a 13-5 run, up 46 cubes, but it's a new season. I know 24 of those cubes were from bot games, and 3 of those wins were from bot games, and I think maybe even one more 4-cube bot game as well. I kind of lost track. So I might have gone 9-5 against real opponents with a far more reasonable cube rate, although actually probably still pretty high. I think I accounted for 28 cubes there, so might have still been in essence 18 cubes at a 9-5 run, which is still pretty good. Like, that's actually rather nice. And this deck does have some of that surprising power dump, because like, you can get a 1/12 Scar, which I guess that's kind of the biggest one drop if you think about it. Hey, wait a minute, you can get a 0/12 Scar too sometimes. Drop a 1/8 Monstro. Obviously Dragon Lord Jubilee can do some big stuff. Cersei can create some crazy chaos and surprises. Just Infinauts and Fooms can be really big too. So all in all, a lot of ways to splash power, which I think surprises people and gets you those bigger cube gains. Even when it's not a bot, you can still climb pretty rapidly, I bet, with this deck. So I think this showed a lot of promise. I don't really know if Mole Man belongs in here, but it was kind of nice in theory to have a little more flexibility with a few things that were cheaper. You could kind of weave together a turn theoretically of like Scar, Monstro, and a couple rocks for this really cool power distribution. It didn't happen much though, so I might lean back into a regular ramp card like a Luna Snow or something instead of this Mole Man, but certainly fun to play off the top anyway with Monstro, and use him in that regard, and didn't seem to hurt the deck by any means. There were a few moments rocks felt pretty good. So all in all, really like this deck a lot, really like Monstro, and not even really for the reason I thought, the top deck aspect's kind of more fun. It makes Howard the Duck a lot more interesting in a weird way. It's not exactly Howard. You don't know exactly what you're going to get. Sometimes you're not sure if it's a Scar or a Foom, and that is like kind of stressful, but other times it's just really nice to know exactly what you're going to get. So all in all, A+ design here as far as I'm concerned, and potentially a pretty good card too, I think. I really like this Inclusion and Ramp. I think you're going to agree after watching this one. Okay, Convertage Electro, Convertage Cersei. Like, there's some sick plays over there, dude. I think that's actually amazing. Yeah. Oh, Beast is really good too, but I think think you just convertage Cersei. Maybe you put in the Dragon Lord first, but like, you know, Infinite, for instance, is not a great hit off Cersei double. Going to 8 is always smaller. There's Monstro and Death. Dragon Lord would be like good himself, going to 7 usually, not always, but usually. Feast means we can already just go crazy if we want. Think you probably still just Electro, but you know, it's quite a delay to the Cersei, you know, you got to go Dragon Lord and then Cersei, like you're on turn 5 already. You could War Machine first, I guess, actually. Yeah, maybe so that your Electro's better after the fact. That actually kind of tracks. This sort of makes sense to me. Fantastic. We're at an end of turn deck for sure, as if we weren't already sure. Very sure now. It's becoming more and more obvious. Monstro is at 1, so that means Foom or Scar at the top of the deck, which you don't really want to Kraglin anyway, I don't think. But I'm actually not mad about playing the Monstro. I think that's okay. Next turn is probably... Well... I'm actually now wondering, like, is the Electro even worth the trouble? Like, you probably just Kraglin Cersei, right? Not Dragon Lord Cersei. Athena plus Prodigy. Okay, so they're really strong right, but arguably not that strong anywhere else yet. Mid, we're probably going to just kind of get for free. It's actually left. I mean, mid, we might need to support a little more. Maybe that's just like an Infinite play late, you know? Mid seems like where they're going to have more power. I mean, they do have double Fantastic cars, so there's still definitely some points left. Wow, that makes Foom insane if you lose priority. Because these get buffed by the activate. That said, like, we're already hoping to get pretty strong here off Cersei. So it's like, these both go to 5 drops. Is that worth it? I mean, yeah, it's probably worth it. We could still do Dragon Lord mid to get strong as well. Kraglin, like, you know, he's going to get potentially, well, no, very unlikely actually that he gets a lot of points. But the extra energy here could create some pretty spicy plays for us. Phantom X and Typhoid Mary, but they're actually gone. Infinity Ultron is nuts. And Ajax, okay. I don't love the Ajax, but Infinity Ultron is crazy because you can just go Infinity Power Stone here and it doubles up there. This is actually nuts when you have this much energy, right? I mean, I think this probably always holds, right? I don't think they ever get big enough mid off this. Left, we know for sure is going to be fine with Ultron. Well, I mean, I shouldn't say for sure, but we're pretty dang sure. Is Foom? Foom is actually just smaller than Infinite, I guess, huh? Because he's always 19, because we have priority. So yeah, you don't need that. So I guess you can just squeeze in an extra Infinity Time Stone. Which is just maybe another Infinity Time Stone into a Foom or something, right? You could honestly, you could actually dump your whole hand here. You could go Time Stone into Dragon Lord into Foom. How insane would that be? That's actually so insane. Oh my god, dude. That would be the sickest thing that's ever happened. It's pretty unlikely because it's a 1 out of 3 and then a 50-50. But it could happen, man. It could happen, dog. Do it. Do it. Do it. Yes, keep going. Do it. Do it. Lord. No, it's still sick. Like, it's still a lot of points. Like, it actually, yeah, I'd say it might be enough to win right, honestly. I don't know. Marvel Boy, probably not enough to win right. We're thinking with a double Prodigy and the Athena, but it looks to me like left is gonna be okay. Although I don't, dude, Venus is actually really strong. Jeez, with the double Fantastic car and the Marvel Boy, I think we're okay though, right? Because it's only gaining like 6 or no, yeah, 6 here, and then Marvel Boy will be another 4, so that should be totally fine. Yeah, the Power Stone here is nuts. The Cersei is nuts. This is a sick game, dude. Like, really sick. I mean, we were like in range, right? It's not, you know, not a great spot, but in range. If you'd hit the Dragon Lord in particular, right, man. Boom, I guess, got the Fantastic car, which I think was actually smaller at the time. Maybe not. She gained a lot late. That was probably the high roll. So we would have been 36 to 39 after the fact, right? Dude, I like the Venus Prodigy though. That's sick. I can see why the opponent felt confident, but we just put out some numbers, like crazy numbers. That was a really cool game for us, actually. Really, really fun. So much energy cheat. All right, Mole Man versus Electro. I think you got to go Electro War Machine, right? The Mole Man has felt like a mixed bag in this deck. I like it a lot, and I want to keep running it, and I think it's been okay, but I could definitely... If somebody asked me, like, should I really keep the Mole Man Regis, so I need the Mole Man, I'd be like, yeah, probably not. I think it'll be okay. Limbo gives us a lot of time to do cool stuff. We might want to Cersei the Electro spot eventually. Speaking of which, we're probably drawing Cersei, maybe Dragon Lord here, it seems, given the Monstro. A lot of 7s left in the deck right now. Actually, yeah, pretty likely this Monstro is going to 2 next turn, worst case. War Machine is almost always the follow-up, particularly when you got Limbo for a lot of time, and Mole Man and Monstro when you want to play a lot of cards per turn, potentially. So... definitely don't want to limit ourselves too much with this Electro. I was a little unsure with this deck too, like, is Kraglin enough? Or do you need Luna, you know? Do you need another, like, long-term ramper? So far, it's felt like enough. Just getting that kind of one bonus turn out of Kraglin where you play a 6 early or a 5 early into another 5, like, that's felt totally fine so far. Wave for the opponent might also be a Monstro deck. I went to 0 for a second. Was that just something about the wave, I guess? Ooh. We're getting a 7 next turn. I think you just go Monstro War Machine, right? You don't want your, like, in case you want to, oh, well, can't go Monstro yet, you idiot. Also, that was weird. It showed zero energy there still for a second. Gotta get the War Machine down first, of course. That's fine. Not the strongest, like, wave play. Oh, bro, my Foom hitting their Foom would sure be sick. Good chance we find a Foom here. I will say Proscenium's really strong for us with Scar. Nice, okay. So we got Red Hulk or Infinite on the top. Which, Red Hulk's really good for a Cersei. This is also really good for Scar. Jubilee's really good for Cersei, but Infinite's not so good unless it hits Foom and hits their Foom, of course. So, like, I want to build a Cersei stack here, but we know it's going to be a 6-drop thanks to Monstros. I'm just, like, kind of torn a little bit. I'm like still gonna try it though. I don't know, we'll see, right? If it's Red Hulk in particular, I think I'm pretty excited. Eliath by the opponent, totally fine. We're just Monstro, we don't care. Just happy that he's at 10 for Scar. Thankfully, that would have actually really sucked into this Jubilee, so thank God that didn't happen. Be Red Hulk! Infinite. Okay, that just calls to question the Cersei a little bit, right? Now it's like, well, do I really need the Cersei, right? You could maybe save it for Foom, who's currently a 50-50. Oh, bro, these could also banish the full deck if you wanted, but I don't think that's right now. Bro, I want to do it so bad. There is a chance your Scar gets worse if you Cersei, though, and, like, the curve on Cersei is just really not very good right now. I think for now you just play the Red Hulk. Maybe you make a decision about the Cersei later, but this sets your Scar to 0. You got a pretty good chance of finding Foom, which you could also throw mid here. I just like Red Hulk to start winning left, and then you got some options right, potentially. Arnim Zola on the Chamber. Wow, they went for the Foom high roll there and missed, thank God. So 13 points. Okay, so Foom is not in the mix, sadly. I mean, this definitely just, to me, feels like 3-drop plus... Scar, I guess, wins that pretty firmly, and then you probably go Dragon Lord here. Cersei's like kind of risky though, because Red Hulk could get smaller, Dragon Lord could be a destroyer. Like, if you really feel like you're winning, I mean, even Cersei would feel good, though Red Hulk usually doesn't get much bigger. Yeah, Mole Man's like the safe bet, I guess, really. You know Kraglin's going for energy, so you don't really... I mean, you don't even actually need the Kraglin right, for the record. Scar is plus 14. I wouldn't expect him to have a way to add points across the field. You know, I don't think a Blue Marvel's coming in or whatever. Maybe you do something like this. This actually is kind of cool. Cersei's still probably got some risk, but, like, you're winning everywhere at this stage. You could also just go, like, Mole Man mid if you thought you needed a little boost, but I think this should hold. I trust this. They're just playing one card. What on earth is it? Don't tell me it's like Odin or something. Well, Odin wouldn't be that good. What would it be? What could it be, guys? Odin. It really is Odin. Oh my god. Foom's going off. So Foom's gonna win left for sure, but they clogged out right, so this is fine. Like, this just like literally can't win the game, right? Yeah, this is totally fine. You always win mid, you always win right. Honestly, it's kind of close left. We got Dormammu, by the way, and the game is like lagging out like crazy. Something that happened lagged out the game hard. I'm getting like frame drops. This is rare. Phoenix Force, yeah, that was kind of a low roll too. Barely better than the Mole Man, honestly. But this is a good game. Like, Monstro was really cool. You know, like we said, if you don't get the good Cersei mid from Red Hulk, you at least get an Infinite, which that was fine too. All things considered, it's a pretty good game, man. I like that. Their Arnim Zola kind of screwed them, I think, though. You know, that chamber was the real downside. So that good thing with that location left prevented them from going there. Where are the new... Well, I about said cards. There's only one. Where is the new card? I kind of was thinking of Mole Man and Kraglin as new cards, which is probably right. Actually fairly accurate, right? Electro Gamma Lab's okay, but it's one of those where if the opponent gets a big head start on it, you might not want to overcommit because you might just be giving up that location, you know? It's not that we're like bad at accessing it, you know, like we can put it like, you know, a Hulk, Red Hulk can be bigger than a Hulk, but it's just going to take a lot of commitment, you know? It is really good for Scar, I'll say, to get a free 12, 14 or whatever there, free 10 plus. Same thing with the Proscenium as a featured location right now is actually helping our Scar a lot with Monstro, but Proscenium's the kind of card that I don't mind being a featured location at all, because it's like some decks will definitely benefit more from it than others. You know, Venus is a perfect example of probably why it's a featured location, but it doesn't feel like game-breakingly insane, you know? Okay, so 4 Hulks is a little bit more problematic than I'd like. I mean, again, it's not insurmountable. It's just like, how much do you want to commit to another location, you know? Because like you get to 34 with Infinite, you're 22 off. You'd have to commit a few more spots, and like Cersei's no good either, you know? It's not a Cersei play, so you just try to win the other 2 spots instead, I think. Monstro's at 5. We're getting either Kraglin or Mole Man next turn, which does suck. That's not great. I don't know, man. I'm like, I don't know. We need Scar number 1. Like, Scar could definitely give you the surprise factor to win mid too. Even though he is smaller, you need somebody to be bigger. So you'd have to have a Red Hulk. Oh boy, that's a big stick, dog.
Hello, so happy.
Oh man. He might speak softly, but he is indeed carrying a big stick. So that's Mole Man again. That sucks. So maybe we use Kraglin here to get rid of the Mole Man. And then we know Jubilee is going to pull either Scar or Fin Fang Foom. The problem is if she pulls Scar, he was going to be free anyway. Foom is a monster hit mid, I'll say. But, dude, what if you just rip the Foom here? What if you just rip the Foom here? You're at 15 plus 26, so 31, 41. You would still need 15 points, so that doesn't really track. But the stick's just gonna beat you, man. Like, you just can't beat this stick, can you? I don't see how you beat the stick. Like, stick's just too big. I think we just lose, right? Stick's too big. I don't know what it is, but it's too big. Oh, it's way too big. Foom doesn't really win now. Like, you've got to win mid somehow, but you can't. I mean, does Foom, Scar, Red Hulk win mid? Maybe, actually. Yeah, we lose the Foom, though. Dang. Is there any combination with Dragon Lore? Like, Hulk, Scar, Monstro? Does that win mid? You're at 26, 45. Oh, I can't play all that anyway, because Monstro's dead now, you idiot. I drew every card, you idiot. So they're getting at least 13 points, right? So we know they're at least 41. How big is the base card there going to be is the question, you know? And like, does left maybe hold? There's a chance left holds, right? I don't know. I mean, you expect them to play 2 cards, but the one left probably isn't that strong. We already saw Brood, because otherwise you could like Nightcrawler Brood or something. I think there's a chance this holds. Maybe Foom. I mean, God, it's a shame Foom didn't hit the Nightcrawler though. That would sure help, man. Foom low rolling here. I do wonder if there was a middle ground where Foom picks the bigger of the 2 front row cards, right? Like that might have been a nicer middle ground. Oh God. That does mean we win right. We didn't need the Scar though, is what's sad. Ascani's tiny though. What could this really be? Grandmaster's fine. Let's go, dude. Excellent game. Weirdly, I kind of failed the Monstro in a strange way, right? Like we didn't play him, which feels sort of wrong because I honestly just forgot we were burning through all the cards, right? I didn't think about it. But he was actually still super useful just as a reconnaissance tool because we knew we could do that Kraglin play to isolate the Jubilee down to a bigger card. Now we got lucky that we hit Foom instead of Scar because I think the other way around would have been disastrous. Although it turns out we didn't actually need the Scar to win right for the record either. So we just kind of got such crazy big points that it all worked out. Dude, that was cool. Yeah, I don't know. Weird little side game there, like a strange look at what that could be, but that was really, really satisfying and fun, actually. All right, so we are top decking a 7-drop, which could be Scar, which means Monstro Nidavellir looks pretty good. I do kind of, in a weird way, hate playing the Monstro when I have Kraglin and Jubilee in hand, but I might, might not get a chance to later, and I just kind of, like it's good. It's great for Scar. This is also great for Scar. I think I'm just gonna stick to this plan. And worst case, you get some 1/3s here, but it's only a 1 of 3 drops, so it's very likely we get 5 or bigger, which is great. Jubilee can now go right. Turn 5. We're probably just slamming rocks and Scar maybe already. Yeah. Maybe War Machine, if this does hit the Electro, we're starting to thin the deck down pretty hard, so Electro is still only 1 out of 4. Cersei would be pretty good. Foom would actually be decent if it hits Spider-Man. Infinite, of course, always great. Cersei, just we have to see, but probably pretty good Cersei usually. Yeah. We're not the widest board deck, so I don't necessarily love the Blue Marvel, but I can live with it. It's gonna be hard to beat a zombie Galacti here, of course, as is always the case. Not impossible, just hard. If you lose priority, Foom can be pretty sweet. Particularly like right, where we know both of those are zombie Galacti bodies. Mid, I mean, it doesn't help the zombie Galacti buff or anything. Currently, though, there's no green card mid. We haven't seen Maverick come down, but that would be what I'd expect mid, which does benefit a lot from Nidavellir. Yeah, there's the Maverick. Now that does make the Galacti crazy strong. It's going to be 14 points or whatever. Oh, it's actually just 9. Yeah, doing the doubling math there. 9 extra on the Galacti. Is it possible for me to lose priority here and win off of Foom? It doesn't seem like it. It doesn't seem like it. This makes your Scar go to 0, so you can play Foom and Scar together. An alternative line would be like, I don't know, Red Hulk arguably could be better. It sure doesn't seem like you're ever going to lose priority, because unless they go early on the Galacti, which doesn't usually ever happen or make much sense, I just don't think you're going to have the numbers here for Foom to win. So it might be Red Hulk instead. Man, if they go, oh, dude, if they went big enough mid here, we'd actually have, oh my God, is this enough to give them priority? Probably not, because I'm so, oh my God, what is that? Is that Galacti already? No, it's stick into Galacti. Oh my God, they're going to be so insane. No! They're so close to having priority. I'm so sad, dude. Oh my God, I could have gone Foom right for priority here. Now I never would. This is like the biggest zombie Galacti I've ever seen in my life. The zombie Galacti is going to have an extra 28 points. Oh my God, dude. Stick is so broken and like nobody talks about it. I swear to God, nobody talks about it. So they're at least at 33. That's 66 right, 70 right. I mean, honestly, Foom wouldn't even beat that. I don't even know if he catches up to the second one. And then you got to win left somehow, too. I mean, he clearly just cannot win. Have they drawn every card in their deck? No. Technically, there's a chance they don't have. Technically, there's a chance they don't have the Zombie Galacti, I guess. An incredibly small chance. But I guess you play for it, because why not? Just in case. It's almost certain that they do. They do indeed. It is indeed 33. The 48 doesn't actually count, right? It's just the base power. Yeah, Sticks totally broken, dude. Maverick, yeah, just like I don't know if we win this even with Foom, right? You would have probably had to Foom. I don't think you win it even with Foom, honestly. Yeah, I don't know. We had a cool game, but I just don't think it gets close, right? Like I don't even right or left, I don't think would have done enough. Left was a 50-50, but even if you caught it, I guess it would have won, but how do you win the next spot, you know? Oh god, Monstro for 1, rip it. Yeah, let's do it, man. That's basically as cheap as it gets, unless we somehow magically generate another 8-drop or get some discounts off board. So let's take it. I mean, yes, you can use him as recon later, but also, like, I just want to play an 8-power guy. Like, 8-power guy. You know how good this would be if he were a 10-power guy, by the way, man? It would be so sick. Why are they reacting to their Silver Sable? Oh, they know they hit a 7-drop, I guess, now. Maybe they're not happy about the fact that they hit a 7-drop? I mean... I don't think there's anything about a 7-drop in particular that's interesting or not interesting, is there? Ah, now they're gonna get a 7-drop. They're gonna know. Oh my god, Sasquatch, not great for us, really. I have Electro, but I don't have a 5-drop follow-up right now, so we are kind of gonna get stuck. I could maybe just try to rip the Jubilee into something, right? Jubilee Cersei, Jubilee War Machine, or just top deck. Honestly, the Monstro would be nice to know right now. Like, it would actually be cool to have the Monstro. Maybe we just play Sasquatch if nothing else. Cersei it is. Let's get rid of that restriction. I mean, to be totally fair, at the moment, I don't really care too much about the restriction. There is a chance we just kind of like draw Red Hulk and play it and draw and just like play Fin Fang Foom. This also is kind of better for Scar, but of course Scar is a lot worse when you have Electro in play. So I don't know. Like I think there's an argument to go both ways there. It would be great if this were 10 power somehow. Spider-Man Noir. That could have really ruined our top deck too. I want to, by the way, build a Noir Monstro deck. That's my plan for, I think, Friday, Saturday maybe it's on the schedule. It's really cool because if you get a cheap monster early, he's 8 and you have Spider-Man Noir at 8. Like, it's awesome. Yeah, we set the Evanot to 8. What a low roll, dude. What a disastrous low roll that was. Boy, I feel like very weak now. Toxin's actually really, really strong for Foom, so maybe if you could just scare them away from right here, you just kind of play Foom left and call it a day. If I mean, you know, obviously there could be another guy there, but Toxin currently is really strong for Foom. I don't think 19 is like enough, but like I said, if you just scare them, it could be enough. You don't have any plays for Scar. Oh god, I don't think they're scared, guys. If Monstro were 10 power, do you know how much this would be an insane card with Scar? It would actually kind of be broken. I don't think they can push it to 10. I think they could maybe push it to 9. 10 seems too risky, though. You know, we have a pretty good shot at a good Jubilee. I'm gonna make a baller play, guys. Make a baller play. I'm gonna Kraglin for 8. Does the opponent go strong left or do they go strong right is really the question, though, because this is actually still really good with priority, but 14 points here just does not seem like I think they're gonna say, hey, we can beat that easy, because they had like 11 we know of already anyway, and that was really 13 was really 15. Like, if they play those same 2 cards in the exact same spot, they get to 15. But I really don't think I can win is the thing. I'm gonna delete the Mole Man and then summon the Red Hulk and still lose the game is what's gonna be funny. Delete the Mole Man to get +8 left, right, is the idea, and then summon the Hulk right. I just want to pull the Mole Man out of the pool, you know. Oh, it's happening! It's actually happening, Red Hulk! Oh, War Machine. They might kind of be almost the same size anyway, but I don't know if this will be enough points. Oh god. Is it okay? Am I okay? Am I okay? There's so many more points mid than I expected. Are we okay? We're okay. Oh my god, dude. My plan worked. I didn't really need the Crackling at all, I guess, in hindsight. Foom right also probably would have held because they didn't really do anything left at all. I would have just won 12 to 11. I'm really surprised. Well, I guess they really wanted to fill Clubhouse was part of the logic for this turn. Which is reasonable. I guess I can't, that makes sense. That tracks. Woo, what a scary game, dude. This didn't really go swimmingly for us, but it still went okay. We made it work. We made it happen. Monstro, that means we're top decking. Oh, a 7-drop. Okay, I think you can just play Monstro on 1, right? Like, I'm not gonna save it just for the sake of the Kraglin or whatever. Oh, he keeps updating as you draw. Oh, that's kind of annoying, actually. Oh, I got attached to the numbers. Like, don't show them to me yet. Those don't do any good as I keep drawing. Shoot. Yeah, I mean, shoot, I need a like if I hit a 5 next turn, I'm really sad, right? You need a 6 or a 7 again to play him out earlier. Oh, we can play Polaris instead, I guess. Not a total fail. Okay, so now we're drawing Cersei, Dragonlord, or War Machine. I mean, if they have Polaris, like, there's a pretty decent chance they're doing this, and we will also benefit. You know, it's symmetrical, right? So if they're doing mine, like, we're still gonna benefit. Okay. So Monstro is a 7 now. So Kraglin's gonna hit for ramp here if we want. So we go to 6 next turn. Arguably you could say, hey, I value the 8 power more. I don't think that's true. I think I value the ramp more. So I'm gonna go ahead and just play the Kraglin. This is high Evo, Cyclops, Wasp. Okay. We kill the Scar. We knew that was happening, but Monster's back. That's probably good in general, I would say. Electro's kind of a dead hit though, I think. Monstro up to 5. Oh, so that means Mole Man's on top. Jubilee Mole Man? Not my favorite. Playing into the Cyclops in a weird way, like you kind of want, but you also kind of don't. I guess we just rip the Mole Man. We know it's going to be at least 5 power off the Mole Man. So, like, that's kind of nice, actually, is that you know you're getting a big dude off the Mole Man. It's cool how many cards in this deck actually play off of the Monstro. You know, like, it actually gives you a lot of cool data. Mole Man hits the Foom. All right, dude. So that's actually pretty nice. Monstro is always going to be 3 or less, so we can kind of save that math we know. Electro, we could be top decking War Machine, but it's last turn anyway. Electro is like just too risky for us here, I think. You need big points left. I don't feel good about, well, really any of my options, but maybe you clear out the cube. Yeah. Maybe you just clear out the cube and finish on a Dragonlord here, but not left, of course. You could arguably save a rock for next turn. I also wouldn't hate a Cersei left. That would be really strong. To me, it doesn't... Oh, okay, I was gonna say, right now, it didn't feel like they were gonna activate the Polari, but that helps. That said, they're still only at 4. No, they're at 5. Do they have 1? Hi. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is never bad for us unless it's Electro, I guess. Well, that's literally 2/3 of the time or something. Oh, what an insane hit. That's so good. Okay, what do they get? They get their Monstro. That's funny. We both end up with a Monstro over here. That's my Monstro, really, from Daily Bugle. My Monstro is great, even though I upgraded it. Did I click the wrong version or something? I don't know. Oh, man, I really wish this were Cersei instead. But, I mean, I think flipping all 3 spots here is still fine. Hopefully they don't have enough flexibility to fix that. Am I crazy on the stuff that's debuffed here? 1, 2, 3, 4. They didn't have one, right? Put a card. It's 5 out of 5. Oh no. Oh, it's not based on the number of cards. It's based on the number of power. You idiot. I totally forgot how she worked. I'm gonna be honest with you. I forgot how she worked. Like, clearly. I just didn't remember that. It's 5 power, not 5 cards. I've played her exactly 1 time. 1 day, I mean. Okay, yeah, that's great. That's great, dude. Monstro holding it down, even against the funny Monstro summon here. Close, like really close, but they were forced to go Akari. I like their build, by the way. I like this all-in Affliction high Evo. It's pretty sweet. It's really cool. I guess we probably I think we probably still win this game without the Infinite, but I don't know. It would have been a lot harder. Because Akari could have flipped mid. I mean, they were at like 14 and we were at 11, so like Electro would have gone to 16 to 14 maybe. Might have been okay. All right, we already got snapped up on turn 1, man. Scary. Oh my god, Elysium's pretty sick for us. Pretty good for Red Hulk too, usually. Opponents don't always fill as easily with Elysium. I'm saving up resources for later. So we'll rip an early Jubilee, that's no problem. We got both Mole Man and Kraglin to pay off our Monstro in this deck, by the way, which is pretty cool. Murder World for later. Dragon Lord is currently totally insane. Opponent must be a Mr. Negative deck, which I haven't seen in forever. They're gonna play Mr. Negative right. That's why they snapped early. Mr. Negative left. Iron Man Ravona instead. Okay, where's my Enchantress? I could Cersei into something, but oh god, that is like the worst sequence there. I just lost all my energy cheat. I mean, thank god we have Elysium, but like the worst sequence. So this is guaranteed to be pretty darn big, but at the same time, like, I don't know. How hard do we want to go left, really? We don't technically have to, but at the same time, like, we can actually contest it. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't have a good way to get to an Enchantress. Is there any other counters to Iron Man? Lady Deathstrike. No, she's 5. I don't have a way to get to that either. Jubilee has all the good ones. So a 6-cost answer. This is actually maybe Mr. Negative deck who just valued Elysium Ravona enough that they were like, no, we'll just go this way. Which, that tracks. Monstro is 0. But he's really 1. It's just Elysium. So this is going to be some big old Scar boys. Is that really worth it, though, you know? I think I'm dumping left, guys. I don't know, man. I'm scared. I'm legit scared. Monstro has some fun tentacles animating out there. 29 is... It's good. It's not insurmountable, I'll tell you that. God, why is Scar not actually just better? 37, huh? They're at 4, so that's a 33-point difference. They basically need 16, 17 points. Without Mr. Negative, am I crazy to think that's really not that easy to do? Isn't that actually kind of hard to do? We could also just do this, I guess, too, and like say, hey, maybe we just dump right and you got to win all 3 of these spots. Like, I would say this does make their gore way better if they had an Arnim Zola that they put in both spots. But it doesn't maybe make it that much better, does it? Because like we said, it's not going to be 16. It'd be gaining 6. We're going to 13. Well, actually, if we hit Fin Fang Foom, it'd be going to 15. Maybe the Mole Man's not worth it for that reason. I don't know. Oh god, if they have Arnim Zola and another on reveal, I'm actually cooked. Well, I didn't hit Foom actually, so maybe it's okay. I don't know. We'll find out real quick. Arnim Zola? Oh, what's that last card? Oh, that's making me really nervous. What's that last card? Oh, it's not an on reveal. It's fine. Oh my god, if we'd hit Foom, we would have lost the game, guys. Oh my god, I actually mapped it out. Is what's crazy. Wow. I wasn't expecting another card. Like, Agony was a bit of a surprise. They don't usually have that much energy flexibility. Also, it just feels kind of strange in here, honestly. There might be some reason for it I'm not thinking of, like stick or something. I don't know, but oh my god, that was scary. Okay, Kraglin, maybe we'll find our Monstro in time. I thought about Hydra Man in this deck, but it just didn't... I just don't think it's right. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't seem... you know, it's kind of counterintuitive with Monstro, I think, number 1. I don't think they, like, work together like you want. Electro War Machine, though, certainly works together like I want. And I'll be honest, I was really torn between Galactus First Steps and Red Hulk as well. Like, that seemed like a tough solve. But you know, this deck has even less tempo than some of the other rampy decks that run Galactus First Steps. But you can like kind of sometimes pull ahead in the mid game. But I'll be completely transparent. You've probably already seen the thumbnail. I needed a thumbnail for freaking Monstro, and it's so hard with these like animal characters. Like yesterday, I just have Spider-Man riding Jeff because you can't like merge. Because I'm always doing my merging thumbnails. You know, you can't really merge a human and an animal that easily. It's like sometimes you kind of can, like a dragon head from Fin Fang Foom or something. You can pop on somebody, sure, but the octopus is particularly challenging. So I just wanted to make him red, dog. I just made him red. Oh my god, this early Hella is actually amazing already. Wow. Thankfully the Odin didn't land on the Jubilee Hella again. That could have created even more like crazy looping and stuff. I mean, they got a lot of points there, but not a Odin White Tiger too actually would have been insane as well, wouldn't it? So you can actually go Mole Man Kraglin if you want here. The one risk is it's kind of locking you into Great Web sometimes a little too early. I'm also just down to a final turn, so like Scar is not very good in that instance. If you get Scar to 3, do you have a cool play next turn? I'm just thinking like, you just slam Infinite left and hope it holds on both Great Web and otherwise. A Monstro into like, you know, another card, but you can go like Scar plus Kraglin or something, right? And hope the Kraglin just locks up and Scar holds left, but that's super weird. That doesn't feel good to me. I don't know, man. I don't really love any of these. Also, is Red Hulk actually going to be bigger than Infinite? I think so, but I don't know. Oh my god. That's better now than later, I guess. Oh my god. War Machine turns off Infinite. It also makes Scar 1,000 times worse. So my Scar curve is broken unless I had exactly Monstro, I guess. Hulk does tick up as we expected. Oh my god, I hit Monstro. Oh, but he's too much! No, he hits Jubilee! I needed him to be the Foom. Oh, what a disaster. So now you can go like Monstro, Kraglin. No, you can't do any of that because you lost your War Machine. Oh no, what an absolute disaster. Well, I guess you do this and just hope that you win via Great Web shenanigans, or that's not a good sign. No. We need the Scar to go right now. Scar go right. No. Oh my god, we lost the 50-50 on that. If Scar goes right, we win left and right. What a tilting game, dude. Opponent hit the actual like cracked opener with her Hella, and then I lose a 50-50 at the end just like that. Oh my god, dude. Wow. I mean, we got kind of lucky to get Scar in the scheme of things because there were definitely some bad results, but having 2 bodies down instead of 1, like losing the War Machine instead of the Electro also hurt us so much that game too, man. So many things went south there. Ah.